born a predator does not guarantee the continuation of existence. The hunted, rivals, and even their own kind all present profound tests of endurance for the young sovereign. Who truly governs this relentless realm? Share your thoughts and join us as we explore the natural animal documentary. Lion battleground. Savage struggles for survival. After approximately 110 days in the womb, the lion cubs are born, weighing a mere 1 kilogram. Their eyes remain tightly closed for many days. This vulnerability is a paradox. For the development of their brains and complex skills. Throughout the following 6 to 8 weeks, the survival of the cubs depends entirely on the mother lion. Only when they return to the pride is safety temporarily ensured. A typical pride consists of 2 to 3 dominant males, alongside a dozen related females and their cubs. By the weaning stage, the real world becomes a classroom for survival. A solitary wildebeest separated from the herd. Fragile. Perfect for the training session of the lion cubs. The mother lion serves as an observer and guide. However, these cubs, only a few months old, are still too small to subdue such a resilient opponent. Eventually, the mother lion intervenes. The The males, who rarely hunt, are the first to feast. They require about 7 kilograms of meat daily. They consume up to 30 kilograms of meat in a single sitting, leaving only minimal portions for the younger cubs. Fewer than 20% of lion cubs manage to reach their first birthday. Stepping beyond their mother's embrace, they face exhausting nights of drought, the lurking reach of rivals, and the fierce intensity of their own kind. They will struggle to endure or return forever to the dust. The most profound struggle for existence in the savannah has only just begun. To soothe the hunger gnawing at their cubs' bellies, the mother set out on the hunt. Their target is the zebra, a perfect meal weighing between 300 and 400 kilograms. Her musculature consists of fast-twitch fibers, allowing she to accelerate from 0 to 60 kilometers per hour in mere seconds. But lions' heart, accounting for only about 0.5% of their body weight, leaving the lion unable to sustain a chase beyond 300 meters. Conversely, built for endurance, zebra can maintain speeds of 65 kilometers per hour over long distances. A zebra's rear kick delivers a force of up to 3,000 pounds per square inch, 5 times stronger than the bite force of a mature lion. But the lions need food. The cubs are waiting for their return. 80 to 90% of all hunts are carried out by the females. That is the pride and also the burden of the queens of the savannah. Even the prey has fallen. The lions cannot fully savor their victory. The spotted hyena, relentless thieves. Yet, from a biological perspective, they are simply striving to fulfill their role as mothers. Life for a hyena is harsh from the very moment of birth. Approximately 60% of first-time mothers die from exhaustion. And 10% of cubs, unfortunately, do not survive the birthing process. Survival begins at birth. Siblings must compete for limited resources. But a hyena's status does not depend on personal strength. Rather, it is based on its mother's rank. In a lion pride, Mothers may suckle each other's cubs. But for the spotted hyena, a mother never shares a single drop of milk with anyone other than her own offspring. Are you more impressed by the reproductive strategies of the lion or the spotted hyena? Let us know in the comments below. Hyenas are the savannah's premier active hunters. But they never refuse a feast that has been served up by another. It takes just 4 hyenas to overpower and steal a kill from a single lioness. The tide of battle only turns when male lions weighing over 220 kilograms enter the fray. But on the savannah, the line between hunter and hunted is sometimes blurred by ancient survival instincts. The next threat to the survival of the lion dynasty comes from their very own prey. No need for sharp claws. The Cape buffalo use their 900-kilogram bulk to overwhelm predators. The aggression of the buffalo is driven by an ancient, instinctive rivalry. They have seared into their memory the image, the scent, and the generational toll taken by lions over thousands of years. There is no compassion. For the Nair clan in southern Africa, the boss is a symbol of absolute protection. It represents the strength of the patriarch, ready to stand at the forefront to shield future generations. Not as outwardly aggressive as the buffalo, the Maasai giraffe is nonetheless prey that can leave lions to rue the day. The living watchtowers, standing up to 5.5 meters tall and weighing over 1,300 kilograms. Hunting prey 8 times one's own body weight is rarely a wise decision. Conventional ambush strategies are rendered ineffective at this elevation. Instead, The lion endeavors to leap upon the back and haunches, utilizing its mass to disrupt the quarry's equilibrium. But they transforms themselves into a target for the prey. Nature offers no reprieve for those injured in the hunt. But kilometers away, the cubs are patiently waiting for warm milk that will never return. Even more poignantly, the struggles of lion cubs sometimes arise from their very own kind. The nomadic male lions. Within the first 24 months, male lion cubs must graduate from the school of hunters taught by their mothers and aunts. As testosterone levels surge around age 2 to 3 to ensure the pride's future, the dominant male establishes his presence, often leading to a challenging transition for existing cubs. This natural process, though stark, ensures only the most resilient lineages continue. The success rate of a solitary male is only about 10%, far lower than pack hunting. They are forced to humble themselves to scavenge, steal kills, or succumb. But those who survive this forging return stronger than ever. They band together to form mighty coalitions, and their sole objective is to challenge and reclaim the territory. They target stable prides with abundant food and females of reproductive age. To ensure the dominance of his own lineage, a new male re-establishes the pride's hierarchy. This transition, while difficult, ensures that only the strongest genes pass forward to the next generation, maintaining the vitality of the pride. Despite the mother's brave attempts to shield their young, the natural transition of power in a pride is a stark reality. Where only the strongest survive to maintain the lineage. If you could be one creature on the savannah, would you choose the lion, the spotted hyena, the Cape buffalo, or another species? Let us know your answer in the comments below. The cheetah finds itself in a plight even more precarious and cruel. Following a gestation of approximately 90 to 95 days, a cheetah mother must independently nurture a litter of 3 to 5 cubs. The cubs' only line of defense is their appearance. Running along the spine of a newborn cub is the mantle. It makes them look remarkably like the honey badger, one of the savannah's most aggressive creatures. The first threat comes from its very own genome. Cheetah survived a severe genetic bottleneck at the end of the last ice age, approximately 10,000 years ago. The consequence is that cubs are born with compromised immune systems, even in the best protected areas. The mortality rate for cheetah cubs in the first 2 months reaches a staggering 70%. But this is merely the beginning of the challenge. To produce enough milk for her growing brood, the mother cheetah is forced to hunt constantly. A flexible spine allowing for a stride length of up to 7 meters when sprinting, and the long tail to maintain balance when executing razor-sharp turns at 110 kilometers per hour. Sometimes the cheetah mother does not dispatch the small prey immediately. The mother's hunting school begins. Cubs must master these hunting skills within 18 to 24 months. Females choose a solitary lifestyle, roaming vast territories just like their mothers. In contrast, male brothers will bond for life. They form coalitions to hunt together and defend territory. If forced to face a lion, do you think the cheetah stands a chance of winning? Leave your prediction below and keep watching to find the answer. The cheetah family's joy of the kill is often short-lived. White-backed vultures utilize thermals rising from the earth to soar at altitudes of up to 3,000 meters without expending a single ounce of energy. From that strategic vantage point, eyes with vision 8 times sharper than a human can easily spot the carcass of a meal from tens of kilometers away. Within minutes, the sky above the cheetah family is blackened by wingspans exceeding 2 meters. This raucous gathering is nature's most effective and uncompromising signaling system. Where there are vultures, there is food. Opportunistic predators all look to the sky to pinpoint their next meal. For the cheetah, the arrival of vultures is the end for their meal. After the energy-draining sprint, the mother cheetah's heart rate skyrockets to 250 beats per minute, and her body temperature hits the 40-degree Celsius threshold. She needs at least 30 minutes of rest to recover her breath before she can eat. For the cheetah mother, the appearance of the lions spells the end of the meal. An adult lioness weighs around 150 kilograms, 3 to 4 times the weight of a cheetah. She stands absolutely no chance in close quarters combat. The savannah is not short of those seeking to hunt cheetah cubs. The black-backed jackal is one of them. Unlike many carnivores that live solitary lives or in loose coalitions, the black-backed jackal is renowned for monogamy. They hunt in pairs with a clear division of labor. To them, 3-week-old cheetah cubs are an easy and nutrient-rich protein source. Fortunately, the mother cheetah noticed in time and quickly returned to aid her young cub. The mother cheetah recognizes that a fixed location equates to an end. This forces the cheetah to embrace a demanding, nomadic lifestyle. The leopard is the large felid with the most physical similarities to the cheetah, yet it stands as its most formidable counterpart. In a close engagement, the cheetah is entirely unable to deliver a significant impact to its opponent. On the ground, the cheetah is outmatched in strength. In the trees, they are outclassed in skill. The presence of the leopard reminds the cheetah of a stark reality. The world's fastest speed is meaningless without the strength to protect what you love. Between the leopard and the cheetah, whose survival strategy do you find more fascinating? In the interconnected web of the savannah, the apex predator of one story is often the vulnerable prey of another. Like the cheetah, the leopard mother has no pride for protection. She faces the same nightmare. Leaving the den to hunt means leaving her offspring exposed to stalking death. To evade the relentless pressure from lions and hyenas on the ground, the mother is forced to teach her cubs climbing skills from a very young age. To produce enough milk for her growing brood, the mother's energy requirements double. She must hunt with greater frequency, accepting greater risks. And once the kill is made, she is compelled to hoist the carcass up a tree to prevent theft by lions. Scientists estimate this exertion consumes energy equivalent to an Olympic athlete running a marathon. The leopard must do this every day while in a state of lactation-induced exhaustion. The number one item on leopard's menu is the impala. The leopard possesses neither the endurance of the wild dog nor the supersonic acceleration of the cheetah. Her weapon is invisibility. She stalks her prey to within 5 meters without making a single sound. The impala is not a silent species when facing death. This sound acts like an emergency siren echoing through the bush. It broadcasts the exact coordinates of the leopard family to every resident of the savannah. Curious and dangerous eyes begin to turn toward the source of the noise. But most significantly, that sound alerts a formidable troop, one driven by fierce territorial instincts. In conventional wisdom, monkeys are the prey of leopards. But on the savannah, this relationship is an uncompromising two-way war. Baboons are aggressive omnivores, possessing a rigid social structure and superior intelligence. Their objective is predator control. A mature male baboon weighs about 30 to 40 kilograms, only half the weight of the female leopard. But they possess canine teeth up to 5 centimeters long, longer than even those of a lion. The numerical superiority forces the leopard mother to make the most agonizing decision. The hunter become hunted. For a female leopard raising young, the most formidable presence lurking in the thickets is the spotted hyena. Not merely master predators, they are the most relentless and efficient kleptoparasites within the ecosystem. Biologically, the leopard has evolved with a lightweight skeletal structure to optimize agility and lightning-fast bursts of speed. In contrast, the hyena is equipped with a powerful forebody and bone-crushing jaws with a bite force triple that of a leopard. This physical disparity explains a somber reality. A solitary hyena alone is entirely capable of overwhelming a female leopard. But today, every limit of endurance has been reached. Every kilocalorie taken drives the leopard cub closer to the edge of fading away. Ultimately, maternal instinct has overridden the leopard's natural caution. The mother chooses to risk her very existence. The sudden intensity and unexpected psychological shift from one accustomed to retreat has compelled the assertive scavenger to withdraw. Through tactical intelligence and unparalleled courage, the female leopard has reclaimed her lifeline of survival. At times in the savannah, the profound bond of motherhood triumphs over adversity. But the greatest peril stems from their big cat relatives. At the savannah, the coexistence of these apex hunting machines is governed by a supreme principle of survival. Minimizing competition and avoiding direct confrontation. The lion and the leopard maintain this delicate balance through niche partitioning. Though they share overlapping territories, they govern distinct realms. The lion is the sovereign of the vast open grasslands, while the leopard remains the unseen phantom of the dense thickets. Facing an adversary that may weigh 2 or 3 times its own body mass, the leopard consistently evades encounters and engagements with the lion, even when their sustenance is claimed by a lion. or when contending for a watering hole. This is the moment of the leopard's greatest vulnerability. Only when a formidable presence closes in and the rival's claws are nearly upon it do the leopard's neural pathways ignite. Yet, every unyielding law of nature is reshaped for a mother leopard. To her, the lion is not merely a competitor for nourishment, but the most immediate source of peril. Interspecific competition is one of the most formidable challenges facing the survival of young leopard cubs. At this moment, maternal instinct transcends even the drive for self-preservation. The mother leopard transforms herself into a living diversion. This audacity is a high-stakes strategy of distraction, aimed at drawing the full intensity and focus of the apex predator away from the cubs. A gamble involving her very existence, to secure one more day of existence for the next generation of the African savannah. Leaving behind the desperate loneliness and hungry bellies of the leopards, we enter the domain of the most efficient hunters on the dark continent. The African wild dog. 80% of their hunts end in a feast. Wild dog society operates on absolute unity and non-violence. In a pack that can number up to 30 members, power is concentrated in the alpha pair, the dominant male and female. Only the alpha female has the right to breed, producing a litter of 10 to 16 pups each year. While the alpha female stays at the den to nurse, other members, including males and low-ranking females, take on the duty of hunting. Hunters returning from the field with full bellies perform the act of regurgitation. Even injured, elderly, or amputee members are fed and have their wounds licked by the pack until they recover. The pack's consensus is further demonstrated through one of the natural world's most peculiar democratic rituals. Before every hunt, scientists have discovered that they use sneezes to cast votes. If the alpha pair initiates the rally, only about 3 sneezes of agreement from other members are needed for the pack to set off. But if the suggestion comes from a low-ranking individual, it requires up to 10 supporting sneezes to convince the group. For the African wild dog, the pack functions as a unified superorganism. Each individual is a cell, living and dying for the survival of the collective. Despite possessing a perfect social structure, the wild dog lacks one fundamental survival skill: construction. Their claws, optimized for traction during sprints, are completely useless for digging into the hard, dry clay of the savannah. Therefore, they often squat in the old burrows of the aardvark. However, the savannah's underground real estate market is always in a state of high demand and low supply. Warthogs also commandeer these abandoned aardvark burrows. These are the savannah's most stubborn warriors, weighing up to 100 kilograms and shielded by thick skin like a buckler. To secure a home for the unborn pups, the wild dogs are forced to carry out a forceful takeover. But the warthog possesses one of the animal kingdom's most unique burrow defense behaviors. The lower pair is shorter, razor-sharp, and features a self-sharpening mechanism every time the warthog grinds its teeth. When harassed by a pack of wild dogs, the warthog turns the burrow entrance into a formidable defensive stronghold. However, the strength of an individual cannot withstand the persistence and numbers of the pack. The siege can last for hours. Finally, under relentless pressure, the wild dogs claim the den and transform what was once a warthog's bedroom into a safe nursery for their future generation. Securing a safe den is only the first step in the mission to raise the future generation. To fill the hungry bellies of 15 pups and a large extended family, the wild dog pack must travel distances of up to 20 kilometers every day. To avoid getting trapped in the thornbush matrix, wild dogs rely on the clearing power of a giant ally, the African bush elephant. This is the planet's largest land animal, with mature bulls standing up to 3.3 meters tall and weighing 6 tons. They are dubbed the continent's greatest ecosystem engineers. To keep this massive biological machine running, an elephant needs to consume about 150 to 300 kilograms of vegetation daily. They topple ancient trees to eat fresh canopy leaves, strip bark for fiber, and trample the thorniest thickets blocking their way. This action opens up life for the entire ecosystem. The paths left behind by elephants become wide and clear, biological highways. For the African wild dog, these roads are crucial transport arteries. This is how they conserve precious stamina for decisive prey chases. The African elephant also possesses incredible intelligence and a complex social life. They live under a matriarchy led by the oldest and wisest female. The elephant brain has a very large temporal lobe, storing excellent long-term memory. The matriarch remembers precise maps of water sources and migration routes from decades ago. Even more remarkably, elephants communicate in a secret language that humans and wild dogs cannot hear. Infrasound, sounds with low frequencies below 20 Hz, These sound waves can travel up to 10 kilometers through the air and even transmit through ground vibrations. While the wild dog pack runs on the trails, beneath their feet, the messages of elephants are propagating through the earth. The relationship between these two species is a prime example of commensalism. The elephant unwittingly creates the infrastructure, and the intelligent wild dog utilizes it to become the savannah's most efficient hunter. Thanks to the open biological highways cleared by the elephant herds, the wild dog army quickly approaches the core of the dense thickets. Here, their number one prey target is lurking within the foliage, the greater kudu. Nicknamed the grey ghost of Africa, this animal is a master of the art of concealment. The most regal identifying feature of the male kudu is his spiral horns, reaching up to 1.2 meters in length. These horns serve as both weapons and sound amplifiers, helping them hear footsteps from very far away. However, against the keen sense of smell and disciplined spirit of the wild dog pack, the kudu's camouflage will sooner or later be exposed. African wild dogs can drain the energy of the massive kudus, which weigh up to 270 kilograms and are capable of leaps up to 2.5 meters high. The pack maintains an average speed of 50 kilometers per hour over distances up to 5 kilometers without slowing down. This seamless coordination leaves the prey not a single second to breathe. Hunting solitary kudus in the bush requires peak herding skills and consumes immense energy. But to raise a litter of over 10 members currently in an explosive growth phase, the pack needs a more abundant and stable protein source. When the first seasonal rains pour down, the arid savannah transforms, welcoming the river of life with over 1.5 million migrating individuals. The breeding behavior of this antelope is a marvel of mass survival tactics. Within 2 to 3 short weeks, approximately 500,000 calves will be born at the same time on the short grass plains. This sudden population explosion creates a paradox. There is too much food, exceeding the consumption capacity of all carnivores combined. Within just 3 to 7 minutes after dropping to the ground, a newborn calf can stand up. And less than 20 minutes later, it can run after its mother with the speed of a track athlete. The mother wildebeest's milk is extremely energy-rich, helping the calf grow muscle at breakneck speed every hour. Besides, this odd-looking animal possesses amazing herd intelligence. They have no fixed leader, but thousands of individuals move as a unified entity. But for tactical masters like the African wild dog, the chaos of the crowd is an opportunity. With just 1 minute of losing its mother, the calf's fate will be decided. Leaving behind the noise and dust of the plains, we head toward the Savannah's deep blue lifeline. The kingdom of the Nile crocodile, Africa's largest reptile. But behind those rugged armored scales and formidable predatory instincts, Nile crocodiles are the most gentle and devoted mothers in the reptile world. At the start of the rainy season, the mother crawls onto riverbanks to dig a nest hole. She lays 25 to 80 hard-shelled eggs, covers them with sand, and begins a great vigil. Incubation lasts about 90 days. For 3 long months, the mother barely leaves the nest. She accepts total starvation, losing significant body weight to protect the future generation from egg thieves. The sex of the hatchlings is determined by the nest temperature. Warm temperatures around 31 to 32 degrees Celsius produce males, while lower or higher temperatures produce females. When the eggs hatch, the mother gently uses her forelegs to dig through the compacted sand to liberate the brood. Lining the crocodile's jaw are thousands of ultra-sensitive pressure receptors, allowing the mother to control bite force with absolute precision. She holds dozens of babies in her mouth, forming a safe mobile cradle, transporting them from the sand to the water's edge. In the shallow coastal waters, known as the nursery, she releases the brood. She will continue to guard there for weeks, protecting the tiny lives from the river's dangers. The contrast between extreme violence and tender care is the complex beauty of the Nile crocodile. But even with the protection of the greatest mother, the river remains a brutal place for the tiny ones. But the mother crocodile cannot guard 24 hours a day without sleep. The Nile monitor is Africa's largest lizard, with a body length reaching up to 2.4 meters. They are the most professional egg thieves. Their forked purple-blue tongue collects scent molecules and delivers them to the Jacobson's organ on the roof of the mouth for analysis. This mechanism allows the Nile monitor to see the world through scent in 3D. They can sniff out the exact location of a crocodile nest buried under thick sand from hundreds of meters away. In minutes, they drag the stark white eggs from the earth. This reptile is responsible for the disappearance of over 50% of crocodile eggs each breeding season. They are a natural pressure valve, preventing the population explosion of the dominant crocodile species. But the true master of the waters, the holder of the ultimate power over life and death, is not the crocodile. It is the hippopotamus. The hippo is widely regarded as Africa's most formidable land mammal, involved in more conflicts with humans than any other large beast. beneath that seemingly jiggly layer of fat is a block of pure muscle weighing 1.5 to 3 tons. Hippos and crocodiles share the same habitat, but it is a tense truce. The hippo's skin is 5 centimeters thick, nearly immune to ordinary bites. Conversely, a hippo's bite delivers immense pressure that can easily overpower a mature crocodile. Special jaw joint anatomy allows them to open their mouths 150 degrees wide, revealing the lethal weaponry inside. The hippo's massive tusks are formidable defensive tools, capable of delivering immense pressure that can neutralize even the most dangerous aquatic predators in an instant. When night falls, hippos leave the water to graze, consuming up to 40 kilograms of vegetation nightly. But during the day, they submerge to protect their sensitive skin from the sun. Their bodies secrete a crimson fluid visually resembling severe wounds, scientifically known as hipposudoric acid. This is nature's chemical masterpiece. It is both a powerful sunscreen absorbing UV rays and a high-dose antibiotic. This protective film renders the hippo immune to bacteria in the murky water, even when their bodies are covered in battle wounds. However, hippos are extremely territorial. A dominant male ruling a river stretch will not tolerate any intrusion, however small. In these moments, even the most formidable mothers must respect the absolute power of the river's true sovereign. The shallows are a highly perilous domain, perfectly suited for another stealthy apex predator, one who uses not muscle power, but chilling patience. The Goliath heron. True to its name, this is the planet's largest heron, standing up to 1.5 meters tall with a wingspan over 2 meters. The Goliath heron can stand completely motionless in one spot for hours. Their long, spindly legs submerged in water look no different from harmless dry sticks. The heron's weapon is a long, thick beak, sharp as a steel-tipped spear. When prey enters the striking range, the attack happens faster than the naked eye can process. The young crocodile's developing scales offer little protection against such a precise strike. With remarkable anatomical adaptation, it can consume substantial prey in a single motion, proving that even the most feared aquatic predators are vulnerable during their earliest stages of life. The presence of the Goliath heron in the wetlands is nature's ironic reminder. Even the most terrifying predators like the Nile crocodile were once food for others. If the Goliath heron is a master of precision hunting at low altitudes, the sky above belongs to a king far more boisterous and brutal. This bird's high-pitched, echoing and authoritative call is dubbed the Voice of Africa, the sound signaling absolute aerial dominance. Fish eagles' eyes vision is 3 to 4 times sharper than a human's. They know the precise real location of prey swimming deep below, ignoring the visual distortion caused by water. The soles are covered with thousands of tiny spines called spicules, maximizing friction. Combined with curved talons sharp as fishhooks, once gripped, slippery prey like fish or crocodile skin has no chance of escape. As water sources recede during the dry season, baby crocodiles become more vulnerable, providing a vital window of opportunity for the fish eagle. But fish eagles are also notorious kleptoparasites. The life of the African fish eagle also carries a rare romanticism. They are monogamous for life. The eagle pair often sing duets to assert territory. It is a reminder that on the savannah, even the struggle for survival has its own melody. To the west of Tanzania, in the heart of East Africa, lies Rwanda, spanning 26,338 square kilometers. Situated directly on the equator, Rwanda instead enjoys a mild climate due to an average elevation of 1,598 meters, crafting a multi-layered ecosystem where wildlife must continuously adapt to thrive. Here, Volcanoes National Park spans an area of 160 square kilometers. In 1967, American primatologist Diane Fossey established the Karisoki Research Center between Mount Karisimbi and Mount Visoki here. Her research works helped the world gain a deeper understanding of the behaviors of the mountain gorilla, while also highlighting the importance of conservation for this species. The mountain gorilla is among the rarest primates in the world. They exist in only 3 regions across the globe, with Volcanoes National Park serving as one of their final sanctuaries. The leader of the troop is commonly referred to as a silverback. It weighs over 180 kilograms and stands nearly 1.8 meters tall when upright, possessing powerful arms that assert dominance and protect the troop. In the world of the mountain gorilla, a prolonged gaze may be perceived as a provocative gesture. This is how they maintain respect and order within the troop. Mountain gorillas possess large canine teeth, with a bite force twice as powerful as that of a lion. Yet, they are not predators. Their jaws are utilized to crush soft stems, bamboo shoots, and tough leaves. Beyond their physical strength, mountain gorillas are ranked among the top 10 mammals with the most exceptional memory capabilities. They can remember every trail leading to food sources and recognize the individual members of their troop. The ancient forest is their home, though it is not always free from hardship. There was once a time when the mountain gorilla stood on the brink of vanishing. However, conservation efforts have brought about a miracle. From concerning levels, the mountain gorilla population has recovered to approximately 1,063 individuals as of 2024. Just a minor change in their habitat or an increase in human influence could once again place the future of these great primates at risk. The story in Nyungwe tells of another primate species. Recognized as a World Heritage Site by UNESCO in 2023, Nyungwe National Park is home to more than 1,400 plant species, 300 bird species, 120 butterfly species, and many rare mammals. Among them are 13 primate species, accounting for 25% of the continent's total primate species. Most prominent is the common chimpanzee, a primate with an omnivorous diet. Approximately 80% of this species' diet is plant-based, with fruit making up the majority. Occasionally, they seek out termite mounds, using small twigs to probe inside and extract protein-rich larvae. With 10 to 15% of their diet consisting of animal matter, obtaining such sustenance helps provide essential energy, especially during periods of food scarcity. But obtaining sustenance is no simple feat. For the chimpanzee, intelligence plays a decisive role in their ability to flourish. Among the primate species in Nyungwe, the vervet monkey is a unique species. There is only one species, yet multiple subspecies exist with distinct characteristics. Although the level of DNA similarity between humans and vervet monkeys is lower than the 97.6% found in chimpanzees, they nonetheless play a vital role in scientific research within the fields of behavior and genetics. They are regarded as ideal models for studying social and behavioral factors, as well as complex biological issues, such as high blood pressure or anxiety, and even diabetes. In St. Kitts, vervet monkeys have developed a tendency to scavenge leftover beverages from human settlements. Researchers have noted their unusual interaction with various fermented liquids, providing a unique look into their behavioral adaptation and social responses to human-induced environmental changes. This can be explained by a single characteristic. The vervet monkey shares approximately 90.5% of its DNA with humans. Although the level of DNA similarity between humans and vervet monkeys is lower than the 97.6% found in chimpanzees, they nonetheless play a vital role in scientific research within the fields of behavior and genetics. They are regarded as ideal models for studying social and behavioral factors, as well as complex biological issues such as high blood pressure or anxiety, and even diabetes. The forest's first stirrings often originate from the olive baboon. A troop may range from 15 to more than 100 individuals, comprising large males, females, and infants clinging closely to their mothers. The olive baboon maintains a versatile diet. They consume fruits, seeds, leaves, insects, and even small vertebrates. Specialized cheek pouches allow them to store food temporarily. Enabling them to travel while maintaining energy levels when traversing regions with limited resources. Their physical forms demonstrate optimal evolution for life, both on the ground and in the canopy. Males, possessing larger frames and longer canines, often exhibit greater intensity during territorial disputes to assert their standing. Both males and females maintain distinct social hierarchies. Females inherit their status from their mothers, creating enduring familial bonds, while males often engage in competition for authority to establish their position within the troop. Females often devote significant time to grooming one another. This behavior plays a vital role in reinforcing the relationships between individuals. It helps stabilize social order, minimize friction, and ensure cohesion within the troop. Despite maintaining a complex social system, the olive baboon does not live in total isolation from other baboon species. They are capable of interbreeding with the yellow baboon and occasionally the Guinea baboon, producing hybrid generations with high genetic diversity that are better equipped to adapt to environmental changes. The ancient forest is a realm where various primate species share a collective space. And the Ruwenzori colobus troop blends into that rhythm of life in a truly unique manner. They reside entirely within the canopy, seldom setting foot upon the ground. The diet of the Ruwenzori colobus consists primarily of leaves. A 3-chambered stomach allows them to efficiently process plant cellulose. Ruwenzori colobus live in groups with various social structures, including groups containing only a single mature male, while other groups feature multiple breeding males. Both males and females tend to depart from their birth troop upon reaching maturity. Males typically travel in small bands, while females integrate into new groups. This behavior helps sustain genetic diversity, minimizing potential risks to the population's well-being. Rwenzori colobus troops can number up to several hundred individuals. Close-knit social bonds help them safeguard one another from natural adversaries such as the crowned eagle. The crowned eagle is the most powerful hunter of the African jungle. As a master of hunting beneath the forest canopy, the crowned eagle perches silently on high branches, awaiting the opportune moment. Possessing the ability to fly as silently as an owl, the crowned eagle approaches its target without emitting a single sound. A wingspan of 1.51 to 1.81 meters allows it to navigate easily through narrow passages in the forest. When pursuing intelligent primates, crowned eagles may hunt in pairs. Regarded as one of Africa's most formidable eagles, the crowned eagle can overcome targets weighing up to 20 kilograms, many times its own body weight. The period during which crowned eagle chicks are nurtured by their parents is the longest among birds of prey. They require up to 14 months to achieve independence. After, the parents must teach them how to hunt, define their territory, and shield themselves from potential threats. They must gradually refine their hunting skills before departing the nest to seek their own domain. Unlike many other primates, the Fiercest monkey spends the majority of its time on the ground. Their diet primarily consists of fruit, leaves, roots, and fungi. When the opportunity arises, they also consume bird eggs, small lizards, and insects. The communication system of the Fiercest monkey includes up to 5 distinct types of vocal signals. A short, sharp call may signal the presence of the African crowned eagle. Should a challenge arise from a leopard, the sound emitted becomes deeper and more continuous. As the rainy season arrives, Rwanda undergoes a transformation. Located in eastern Rwanda, bordering Tanzania, Akagera National Park stretches across an area of 1,122 square kilometers. The name Akagera originates from the Kagera River, which flows along the eastern border, sustaining a rich network of lakes and marshes. This intricate system of lakes and papyrus swamps comprises more than 1/3 of the park's total area, forming the largest protected wetland in Central Eastern Africa. The Burchell's zebra herds travel in small groups. They was born to live here as a subspecies of the plain zebra. Burchell's zebra is one of the most common hoofed animals on the grasslands of South Africa, Botswana, Zimbabwe, Namibia, and Rwanda. The evolutionary history of this species spans millions of years, beginning with an ancient ancestor known as Eohippus. A small creature with 5 toes that lived in the primary forests of North America 52 million years ago. As the climate transformed, they developed a single hoof rather than 5 toes, enabling swifter movement across firm ground. They never travel in isolation. A typical group may number between 20 to 30 individuals, featuring a dominant male, along with several females and their young. No 2 individuals possess identical patterns. Those stripes serve as identification marks within the group, while also acting as a visual tool to confuse those who pursue them when they gallop in unison, and as a method of regulating body temperature under the intense sun. The mating season brings spirited challenges between males. Upon achieving success, the male will pair with the females of the group, utilizing the Flamen response. In order to determine the female's readiness for reproduction, a female carries her young for approximately 12 to 13 months, then gives birth to a foal capable of standing and running in just 15 minutes. Powerful frames and sturdy legs allow Burchell's zebra to reach speeds of up to 65 kilometers per hour. However, speed is not their only defense. Unlike more selective grazers, Burchell's zebra can digest a wide variety of grasses, including those that cattle or antelope may find unpalatable. Within Akagera National Park, they fulfill a vital ecological role by managing the growth of the landscape and creating ideal grazing areas for other hoofed species such as topi, impala, and buffalo. Akagera is also the sole home of the Maasai giraffe in Rwanda. This is the national animal of Tanzania. In 1986, 6 Maasai giraffe individuals were relocated from Kenya to Akagera, establishing the only population of this subspecies in Rwanda. Each giraffe possesses a unique pattern, with long legs and a neck reaching heights of 5.5 to 6 meters. The Maasai giraffe can overlook the entire savannah, enabling them to detect those who might approach from a distance of hundreds of meters. But height also presents a significant challenge to their journey of existence. The Maasai giraffe has a heart weighing up to 11 kilograms, large enough to pump blood to the top of the head with pressure twice that of a human. When bending down to drink water, a complex vascular system must operate harmoniously to prevent a sudden drop in blood pressure. They cannot keep their heads lowered for too long, and every instance of drinking is accompanied by heightened vigilance. With a tongue nearly 50 centimeters long, they can pull branches filled with thorns without experiencing any harm. This species' menu primarily consists of leaves, bark, and occasionally succulent fruits. Each day, a mature giraffe requires up to 34 kilograms of food to maintain its massive frame. The Maasai giraffe can run at speeds of up to 60 kilometers per hour, fast enough to evade most of those who seek them on the savannah. With hooves 30 centimeters wide, each strike can deliver a powerful defensive strike to deter any potential threats on the savannah. Meanwhile, the white rhinoceros is among Africa's greatest survivors. A mature male can stand up to 1.85 meters tall and weigh 3.6 tons. One of the largest beings on land, second only to the elephant. They once vanished from Rwanda due to illegal pressures. In 2017, 17 white rhinoceros from South Africa were introduced into Akagera National Park. And by 2019, the population had increased to 20 individuals. Conservation measures are being implemented more vigorously than ever before. Powerful jaws and a broad, square upper lip help the white rhino adapt perfectly to a diet of short grass, thereby contributing to the balance of the local flora. They are semi-social creatures, seldom traveling in isolation. Females and young rhinoceros typically move in small groups. Mature males exhibit distinct territoriality, patrolling their domain to manage the landscape and interact with females passing through. Small eyes and limited visual range do not allow the white rhino to clearly identify objects at a distance. Yet their sense of smell and hearing enable them to accurately perceive their surroundings. The threat of illegal poaching remains the primary challenge to the survival of this species. Despite being composed merely of keratin, the same protein found in human hair and nails, rhinoceros horns are tragically targeted due to baseless myths. According to the 2024 International Union for Conservation of Nature Red List, approximately 16,000 southern white rhino individuals still exist in the wild. Modern conservation efforts focus on debunking these falsehoods to ensure the protection of the remaining population. Rwanda is known by the name Land of a Thousand Hills. This territory is situated at the heart of the East African Rift System, one of the most geologically active regions on the planet. This is where the Somali tectonic plate is gradually separating from the Nubian tectonic plate, revealing immense fissures stretching from the Red Sea to Mozambique, creating the Albertine Rift. Along this fault line, volcanoes emerge from the earth, blanketing the region in lava and ash, contributing to the mineral-rich soil that Rwanda possesses today. With an elevation of 4,519 meters, Karisimbi stands as the highest peak in Rwanda. This mountain belongs to the Virunga Range, where active volcanoes still remain. Further to the east, the landscape of Rwanda transforms as hills gradually recede, giving way to grasslands and savannas stretching to the Tanzanian border. In the lowest reaches of the nation, the Rusizi River flowing through the marshes of the Great Rift Valley descends to an elevation of 950 meters, marking the lowest point in Rwandan territory. Rwanda also possesses 28 lakes of various sizes scattered across the country. Lake Kivu is among the deepest lakes in the world at a depth of 480 meters. Spanning the border between Rwanda and the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Beneath the lake's surface, methane gas reserves estimated at 60 billion cubic meters serve as a precious resource being harnessed to provide energy for the nation. Along the valleys, rivers, and plateaus, the ancestors of the Rwandan people have resided here for tens of thousands of years. They established their culture and society upon ancient foundations. Christianity was introduced to Rwanda in the late 19th century by European missionaries, swiftly becoming an inseparable part of society. Currently, 50.2% of the population follows Protestantism. 44.3% adheres to Roman Catholicism, 2% is Muslim, and the remainder follows traditional beliefs or has no religious affiliation. Kinyarwanda is the primary language, widely used alongside English and French. From the communal spirit of Umuganda to the Kwita Izina infant gorilla naming ceremony, the culture of the people here is intimately intertwined with nature. Should you have the opportunity to name a gorilla, what name would you choose? While wildlife species strive every second to flourish, climate change is reshaping the landscapes of Rwanda. Prolonged dry spells deplete water sources, prompting unusual animal migrations and creating intense challenges for existence between species. Ecological disruptions and intense environmental pressures during the late 20th century led to a severe decline in wildlife, including the tragic disappearance of the lion population by 2001. Today, Rwanda's commitment to restoration is bringing life back to these landscapes. Further west, within the misty volcanic forests, the mountain gorilla also once faced a similar fate. In 2018, they were listed as critically vulnerable due to forest clearance, unauthorized mining, and harmful snares concealed within the shadows. Humans expand agricultural lands and construct roads, narrowing what remains of the wild world. Nature has entrusted humanity with the role of stewards of this world, yet are we fulfilling that responsibility when forests decline and creatures face extinction? From the endless sun-scorched grasslands to the murky, silt-laden rivers, we have journeyed together through the rigorous and inspiring struggle for survival of the Savannah's sovereigns. The velvet curtain of the Savannah has been lifted, revealing a stark and unforgiving truth. Being born a predator is not a ticket to immortality. In this emotional journey, whose survival story touched your heart the most? Share your thoughts with us in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to be ready for our next expeditions into the untold mysteries of the animal world.